बिल्किस को बताया, बिल्किस एकदम से मायूस हो गई कि मेरे साथ क्या हो गया। आज मेरी 18 साल की लड़ाई एक ही झटके में ख़त्म हो गई।
In 2002, one of the most disturbing stories to come out of the Gujarat riots was that of Bilkis Bano. Her gang rape and murder of several of her family members, including her 3-year-old daughter, sent shockwaves across the country. But 20 years later, even more shocking is the fact that convicts sent to life imprisonment for this gruesome crime have now been released after spending 15 years in jail. The release is now triggering widespread anger, with over 6,000 citizens, including grassroots workers and women and human rights activists, urging the Supreme Court to revoke the remission. Does this not speak volumes about the kind of impunity criminals operate with? Many activists demanding that the release be revoked have called the early remission a grave miscarriage of justice, and indeed it is. What kind of message is being sent to sexual assault survivors? In January 2008, a special CBI court in Mumbai sentenced these men to life imprisonment on charges of gang rape and murder. The Bombay High Court upheld this conviction, and the convicts served 15 years in prison, after which one convict appealed to the Supreme Court for premature release. The top court in May 2022 directed the Gujarat government to look into the question of remission since the crime was committed in the state. The convicted rapists and killers were welcomed with sweets and garlands. And it only makes one think that if even heinous crimes like this are unlikely to get the perpetrators punished, then what hope do women in this country really have? Ironically, after the extremely gruesome Nirbhaya gang rape of 2012, the loudest calls for justice were from the opposition BJP. But today, a BJP government has freed convicted rapists on account of good behavior and somehow decided that they have spent enough time in jail, with the BJP MLA even going a few steps ahead and saying that these men are Brahmins with good sanskar. Outrage over this massacre of justice is just pouring in from all sections of society, with TMC MP Mahua Moitra going on to say this nation had better decide whether Bilkis Bano is a woman or a Muslim. A shaken and distraught Bilkis Bano has appealed to the Gujarat government to undo the harm and give me back my right to live without fear and in peace. In a statement, she said, "How can justice for any woman end like this? I trusted the highest courts in our land. I trusted the system, and I was slowly learning to live with my trauma. The release of these convicts has taken from me my peace and shaken my faith in justice. My sorrow and my wavering faith is not for myself alone, but for every woman who is struggling for justice in the courts. No one inquired about my safety and well-being before taking such a big and unjust decision. I appeal to the Gujarat government, please undo this harm. Give me back my right to live without fear and in peace. Please ensure that my family and I are kept safe."
बिल्किस को बताया, बिल्किस एकदम से मायूस हो गई कि मेरे साथ क्या हो गया। आज मेरी 18 साल की लड़ाई एक ही झटके में ख़त्म हो गई। और उसके बाद हम आज बहुत डर में हैं, बहुत मायूसी में हैं, क्योंकि हम हमारे परिवार को रोज़ याद करते हैं, जो हमारे रिश्तेदार को, बिल्किस के परिवार को जो ख़त्म कर दिया है इन्होंने। और उसमें मेरी 3 साल की बेटी भी थी, उसको भी मार डाला उसने। और उसके बाद हम उनके लिए दुआएं मांग रहे थे। और जब लास्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो ऑर्डर आया, उसके बाद हम थोड़ा जीने का सीख रहे थे कि हम अब शांति से ज़िंदगी जीने की शुरुआत कर रहे थे, उसमें इतना बड़ा झटका हमको लग गया।
Bilkis's case became a symbol of resistance for sexual assault victims and even for victims of riot violence who had no hope of getting help from the legal system. Her fight against her perpetrators became a story of courage. But today, Bilkis's road to justice and then injustice is a somber reality for all of us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.